Who doesn't love having breakfast ready when you wake up? This recipe is so good. It's a crustless quiche. It's pretty easy to make and it's also so good reheated. So it's a great meal prep idea. So I'm making a double batch today, but I'll have a single recipe in the description box below. And let me show you how I'm making it. Let's get started. I am making a double batch of this. So I'm using a whole dozen eggs. So I'm gonna get started cracking those and putting them in the blender. I don't wanna waste your guys' time cracking a dozen eggs. So see you in a minute. One of my favorite things about this recipe is that it uses cottage cheese instead of like half and half or cream. It has way more protein than those things. Cottage cheese has 12 grams of protein per half a cup. You're not eating a whole half cup when you have a serving of this, but half and half only has 3.5 grams of protein for a half cup serving. I'm all about a high protein breakfast. I notice like my body is like so much more satisfied and I can like wait way longer to eat my next meal. I'm not like snacking in between. My whole day goes better when I have a high protein breakfast. I don't know if anybody else noticed that to be true, but for me, it's definitely true. So when I'm prepping my breakfast ahead, I want to make sure that I am getting in a lot of protein, and that's one of the reasons why I love this recipe. So this is 1.5 cups of cottage cheese. I'm gonna add salt and pepper next. About 1/4 teaspoon of pepper, but I'm doubling the recipe, so actually I need a little bit more. 1/2 teaspoon or less of salt. Whatever meat you use probably depends upon like how much salt you need. I'm using bacon today, so that is gonna be kind of salty. So I'm gonna do a little under a teaspoon of salt. You could always add a little salt on top. We're just gonna pop the lid on here. I'm gonna know how to use the blender this time, unlike that one time. Is it plugged in? Hold please. I gotta plug in my blender. We're just gonna blend it until it's nice and smooth. I'm gonna pop this off, make sure it looks mixed inside. You just kind of want to make sure those cottage cheese chunks get nice and blended. The hardest part is done, guys. Actually, I guess cooking the bacon might be the hardest part. I did that ahead of time. I just took the blade out so that I can add in the rest of the ingredients, which is bacon, spinach, grated cheese. You can use whatever you want. Last time I did one with like salami and feta. I did one with ham and cheddar. So this time I'm doing bacon, and then I have like a little bit of a few things in here. There's a little bit of Asiago in here, just a little bit, because that's really strong and I don't like too much of that. But I bought it by accident. Well, not me, but someone else bought it by accident. So I wanted to use a little bit in this. And then I have this cheddar and Gruyere. I'm gonna pop a picture on the screen because it's so good. I love this cheese. It's a cheese that Aldi sells, and I think it's really good in like mac and cheese, just grated on top of eggs in the morning, or even I had some in a sandwich the other day. I mean, it's just a really nice blend of cheese. You just need 3/4 cup of meat, but again, double recipe, so this is about 1.5 cups. I am going to do the spinach. This was frozen. It's about 1/3 cup per recipe. You could do other things, I'm sure, if you like veggies in your eggs, like peppers or onions. I am not a big fan. Like sometimes I think I'm not picky, but then I'm like, I do not like peppers. I don't know what it is. I'm not a fan of peppers. It's like I can have things cooked with peppers, but like I do not want to eat peppers. I don't know if that makes any sense, but there's just some things like that. So with the cheese, it's gonna be 3/4 cup also. We're just adding about 1/2 cup per recipe. So we're adding about 1 cup into this part, and then we're gonna put some just right on top. Now it's time to put them in the baking dishes. This was like the best thing ever. Have you guys ever seen these like air fryer liners? I use them when I cook things inside like an 8-inch round. It made cleanup so easy. So if you have those, highly suggest you use them for this, because cleaning eggs out of pans is not the most fun thing. Pretty sure I'm gonna have a little bit extra. So what I'm gonna do is put the rest in these and make like a couple just like egg bites with it. And you do not want to overfill this because then you'll have a mess. Okay, I'm just kind of spreading this out, making sure that the toppings got evenly distributed as much as, you know, as evenly as I can do it. Now that I have everything in the pan, I'm gonna take the leftover cheese and just kind of sprinkle it on top. They're ready to go into the oven, so I'm gonna bake them at 375 for about 25 minutes or so until it's nice and set, and I'll be back to show you how they look when they're done. Here it is, fresh out of the oven. It kind of like puffs up a little bit when it's finished. As you can see, it kind of like puffed here on the side. It was more than that, but it already has like sunk in. Oh my gosh. But yeah, it smells so good, and you can tell it's like really set, but not overdone. So it's not jiggly, but it's not like too brown on the top, so it should be cooked perfectly. We're gonna let it cool for like 15 minutes or so, and then I will do a taste test. Yum. The quiche is done, and I've been waiting to eat it. I was actually filming a different video. I don't know if this is gonna be up before or after, but these protein cookies, let me taste it. I haven't actually done it with the bacon and that cheese, so I'm excited. Wow, really good. The texture of the eggs is just like any other quiche with cream or half and half, but the cottage cheese adds so much more protein. It is so good. I think I'm gonna eat this whole piece right now. You gotta try this one. It's such a nice make ahead breakfast. I know I'm gonna have some of this Sunday morning before church, so I don't have to cook before church. It's a fantastic thing for that. Like, you can just pop it out, put it in the microwave, or even in the like an air fryer, heat it up. It tastes freshly made. So I hope you guys try out this recipe, and if you like videos like this, testing out recipes, tasting new things, or learning tried and true recipes from me, make sure you subscribe for more videos. I have another similar recipe that's egg bites. I will link that up here. I also have a zucchini quiche that is also so good, but it is in a crust. And you can make this in a crust if you really want to. Try it with different things. Try it in a crust, whatever you want. It's delicious just as is. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. I was gonna spray those egg bite things and I didn't. Hopefully that goes okay. I'm gonna start over. Splashing. Am I gonna leave that in the video? No, I'm